Imagine this. You're standing in the middle of a storm. The winds are howling, the rain is pounding, and the world around you is chaos. But you are still. Unshaken. Silent. You don't scream. You don't fight back. You don't react. And in that silence, something extraordinary happens. The storm begins to weaken. The chaos starts to crumble. And the world realizes that it cannot break you. Why? Because your silence is your power. Your silence is your weapon. And today, I'm going to show you how to wield it like a Stoic warrior. Welcome, gentlemen, to a lesson that will change the way you see yourself, your emotions, and your place in the world. This is not just a video, it's a movement. A call to arms for every man who has ever felt the sting of anger, the weight of frustration, or the temptation to lash out. Today, we're diving deep into the philosophy of Stoicism to uncover one of the most underrated tools in a man's arsenal, the power of silence. But before we begin, I need you to do something for me. If you're ready to take control of your emotions, to rise above the noise, and to become the man you were meant to be, hit that subscribe button. Why? Because this message isn't just for you, it's for every man out there who needs to hear it. Together, we can spread this wisdom, build a community of strong, disciplined men, and change lives. So subscribe, like, and share this video. Let's get started. Let's begin with the Stoics. These ancient philosophers, men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, understood something profound about human nature. They knew that anger, while natural, is often a trap. It's a fire that burns you more than it burns anyone else. But silence? Silence is control. Silence is strength. Silence is the ultimate display of self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about that. When someone provokes you, when the world tries to pull you into its chaos, your greatest power lies in your ability to choose how you respond. And sometimes, the most powerful response is no response at all. But here's the thing, silence isn't weakness. It's not avoidance. It's not surrender. Silence is a deliberate choice. It's saying, I see your chaos, but I refuse to let it become mine. It's saying, I am not ruled by my emotions. I am ruled by my principles. And that, gentlemen, is how you break them, not with anger, but with the unshakable strength of your silence. Now, let's talk about why silence works. Have you ever noticed how people react when you don't react? When you stay calm in the face of their anger, their insults, their attempts to provoke you, it throws them off. It confuses them. It makes them question their own power. Because here's the truth, most people thrive on reaction. They feed off your anger, your frustration, your emotional energy. But when you deny them that, when you remain silent, you take away their power. Think of it like this, anger is a fire. It burns bright, but it burns out quickly. Silence, on the other hand, is like water. It's calm, it's steady, and it has the power to extinguish even the fiercest flames. When you respond to anger with silence, you're not just diffusing the situation, you're showing that you're in control. And that, gentlemen, is how you win. But let me be clear, this isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about mastering them. It's about understanding that your emotions are tools, not chains. And when you learn to wield them wisely, you become unstoppable. So, how do you cultivate this power? How do you train yourself to respond with silence instead of anger? Let me give you 3 practical steps, straight from the Stoics. Step 1. Pause. When you feel anger rising, when you feel the urge to react, take a moment. Breathe. Remember Marcus Aurelius' words, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Use that pause to remind yourself of who you are and what you stand for. Step 2. Reflect. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, a year? Most of the time, the answer is no. And if it won't matter in the long run, it's not worth your energy. Save your strength for the battles that truly matter. Step 3. Act with intention. Silence isn't passive, it's active. It's a choice. And when you choose silence, you're choosing to rise above the noise. You're choosing to be the bigger man. And that, gentlemen, is true strength. Let me share a story with you. There was once a man who faced constant criticism, constant attacks, constant attempts to provoke him. But he never responded. He never lashed out. Instead, he remained silent. And over time, his silence became his greatest weapon. His critics grew frustrated. Their attacks lost their power. And in the end, they had no choice but to respect him. That man? He was a Stoic. And his name was Epictetus. Or consider the story of Nelson Mandela. For 27 years, he was imprisoned. But he never let his captors break him. He never gave them the satisfaction of seeing him angry or defeated. Instead, he remained calm, composed, and silent. And in that silence, he found the strength to change the world. These men understood something that most people don't. Silence is not just the absence of noise. It's the presence of power. And when you learn to harness that power, you become unstoppable. But here's the most beautiful part. Your silence doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone around you. When you respond to anger with silence, you set an example. You show others what true strength looks like. You inspire them to rise above their own emotions, to choose control over chaos, to become the best version of themselves. And that, gentlemen, is how you change the world. Not with anger, not with violence, but with the quiet, unshakable strength of your silence. So, as we wrap up this journey, I want to leave you with one final thought. You are stronger than you think. You have the power to rise above the noise, to master your emotions, and to become the man you were meant to be. But it starts with a choice. The choice to be silent. The choice to be still. The choice to be strong. If this message resonated with you, if you're ready to take control of your life and become the best version of yourself, hit that subscribe button. Share this video with every man you know. Let's build a community of strong, disciplined, stoic men who are ready to change the world, one moment of silence at a time. Remember, gentlemen, your silence will break them in ways anger never could. Until next time, stay strong, stay silent, and stay stoic.